Good evening and welcome back to 29 News Streaming. Live in the newsroom, I'm Isla Miyabi, and thanks for joining me for tonight's edition of Your Day in News, where we recap the top stories of the day. A former UVA football player charged with rape and abduction appeared in court this morning. Gabby Womack has the latest.
A former UVA football player is now free on a $25,000 bond after a contentious hearing in Albemarle County Circuit Court. Now the judge set strict conditions as both sides clashed over text messages at the center of the case. The charges stem from a sexual encounter in August of 2025. In court Wednesday, the main question, consent. Jamal Edrin's defense pointed to the texts they say show the encounter was consensual. In an 8-page motion submitted by Edrin's attorney, one message read, "I never told you no." Another, in reference to the question about rape, said, "For the last time, no, I've never said that and I've never told anyone that." Prosecutors pushed back, submitting additional texts between the two people after the encounter. In one, the young woman compliant wrote, "You do not understand what no means." Another said, "You sending me money does not erase what you did." The prosecution says the encounter was not consensual. The defense says it was. Both points expected to play out as the case progresses. In the meantime, Judge Cheryl Higgins set bond at $25,000 with rules. Edrin must wear an ankle monitor. He cannot have women who are not biologically related to him at his apartment. He cannot have contact with the compliant and cannot leave Virginia without court approval. Edrin is expected back in court Friday, March 13th at 9:30 a.m. In Charlottesville, Gabby Womack, 29 News.
Virginia Democrats are closer than ever to legalizing recreational marijuana, but there's still a split between lawmakers. Avery Davis shares what that holdup is.
Hopefully, as the THCA ship is sinking, we can jump on to the recreational marijuana ship.
That THCA is the hemp product that David Treckricci sells at his Skooma store in Charlottesville. It'll be illegal November 1st, thanks to a federal decision. That's when some Democrats hope the recreational marijuana market will launch in Virginia.
There's a lot of moving parts and a lot of dates that are still not even solidified. It's a very aggressive timeline. We hope we stick to it.
That November 1st start date is one of the last things lawmakers need to decide on before House Bill 642 heads to the governor.
If we start the market too soon, it's going to be very hard to correct any issues that we find once this legislation's passed.
Barbara Biddle is the president of the Cannabis Small Business Association. She hopes to push that November date back to May of 2027.
We understand the necessity of getting an adult use market, but we just wanted to make sure that the date made sense as far as the supply chain is concerned.
J.M. Padini is the executive director of Normal Virginia, a cannabis advocacy group.
There remains a lot of contention around the date that these sales can begin and some differing opinions as to where the tax revenue will be allocated.
Some lawmakers want to see licensing fees ranging anywhere from $4 million to $20 million for established medical sellers. For small businesses like Skooma and the anticipated 350 individual store licenses that could be available, taxing the biggest firms would help level the playing field.
Right now, there's 5 medical markets in Virginia that all have a monopoly. The hope is that they're not just going to continue their monopoly as recreational goes legal.
Avery Davis, 29 News.
Opioid overdose numbers in Charlottesville are starting to improve, but the people who respond to these emergencies say the issue remains a serious concern. Kate Netterline dives into those numbers.
Still, of all the substances, I worry the most about the opioids. It's still a problem, but encouraging. We're starting to see a downward trend, thankfully.
Dr. Chris Holsteg directs UVA's Blue Ridge Poison Center. In 2025, the center saw 347 calls related to opioids, down from 414 in 2024. Still, Holsteg says anything more than 0 is cause for concern.
It's one of the leading causes of death that we have from drugs.
The same yearly downward trend goes for Charlottesville Fire Department, which saw a 58% decrease in opioid-related overdoses in 2025.
We've all had a shared message and shared response and helping to decrease the amount of opioid overdoses that we see in the communities.
With every confirmed opiate overdose, medics call in the city's anchor team, experts in crisis intervention and outreach, to try to prevent another overdose in the future. Charlottesville also now frequently uses Narcan, a drug that helps treat opioid overdoses either through a nasal spray or IV.
It's letting us know that the intervention strategies are working.
There are some troubling trends, though, when it comes to other drugs, including whippets and these tablets. Holstig says calls relating to kratom, a plant-based drug, have more than doubled in the last year, and 7 in 10 have required medical care.
Really one of the more emerging dangerous substances that we're seeing, and some spin-offs from that product.
Gordonsville is making a major move to cut ties with its sewage service provider. Jackson Schock has more on what it means for the people living there.
The town of Gordonsville is ending its sewage contract with Rapidan Service Authority in March, and that's left people asking one question: why?
We did our best, as we felt, to negotiate with them to handle some of these issues. But like we said, they have been unwilling to negotiate either contract with us so far, and so we did what was best for the town and backing out of that.
Gordonsville's sewage treatment agreement with Rapidan Service Authority has been in place since 1985. Recent cost increases are one issue, and why the town is involved at all is another. RSA owns all of the sewer infrastructure in town. Right now, they send one bill to the town, which then bills the customers. Gordonsville Mayor Ronald Brooks says the town is tired of being the middleman.
And we said, okay, it's your system. You own the infrastructure, you provide the services, you own the treatment facility, so we're going to back out of this 100%.
RSA's general manager is Tim Clemens. He says they'll need more information to make this transition happen.
It appears they want to remove themselves from being in the middle of that, and we're fine with that. We think that might be better for the customer altogether, but we would need help from them just to get the initial billing set up, to make sure we've got, account names, numbers, make sure we have everything accurate for billing.
Gordonsville says the town could save more than $250,000 a year by making RSA bill its customers directly. As for the people in the town using the system, both Gordonsville and RSA say the service will stay the same, it's just a billing change. Gordonsville encourages anybody who still has questions to reach out to the town directly and attend their information and work session on March 2nd at Town Hall. From Gordonsville, Jackson Schock, 29 News.
That's all for tonight's edition of Your Day in News. Thank you so much for tuning in. For 29 News, I'm Isla Miyabi.